let's talk about it. What's in the works in the VtK-verse? First things first, podcast. I am happy to announce that beginning next week, Sunday, Team VtK will be launching a podcast called Let's Talk About It with Shadow and G. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now. I've been dragging my feet, trying to be super technical with everything. As long as I keep waiting, it'll never get done. So I said, fuck it, I'll get it started now and start picking up the technical pieces as we go along. On the podcast, we'll discuss a variety of things. Naturally, 52 in general and 52 VtK in particular will be among them. Combative arts as a whole will also be a part of the discussion. But because I'm not just all fighting all the time, I don't walk around, me face fistball trying to punch people in the head. We'll also talk about gaming, movies, and other things that we find interesting, right? And which I think is cool, and will also show that I'm really not a criminal when I'm not teaching. I just do regular stuff, right? Play video games, play with my kids, watch movies with G. Just chop it up, man. Enjoying life on this side of glory. So that's something to look out for. Starting next Sunday, let's talk about it with Shadow and G. And in addition to that, I have spoken to quite a few people, man, reached out to some good people who we followed each other on social media for a while now, but we've never actually had the opportunity to have a conversation. Asked them if they would be willing to come on as guests. They agreed, so I am super hyped about that, man. Because there's nothing like being able to have a conversation with like-minded people to see just how many things you all have in common, right? So I'm really excited about that because there are a lot of people inside the combative arts community that I respect a great deal and whose work I admire, man, their work and their work ethic. And I would love to just sit and vibe with these people, man, and chop it up. That's how relationships are built, man. That's how bonds are, connected. And that's what it's all about, right? Unity in the community, man, because people don't need to be at each other's throats. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you all are also looking forward to that because I think that's going to be dope as hell. So let's talk about it with Shadow and G starting next Sunday. Next thing on the agenda, the book, The Dessalinian Protocol, will be coming out. I'm hoping either the end of this year, beginning of next year. The book is already written. Right now, it's just a matter of getting it published. But I know some people have been asking me to write a book for a while, man. I sat down, I put the book together, and I let some people read it. I got good reviews back. So yeah, that book should be out soon, man. Keep an eye out for that. The Dessalinian Combative Perspective. I call the book that because Jean-Jacques Dessalines is a personal hero of mine. He fought the man that basically conquered Europe, right? Napoleon, and he beat him, right? On the little island of Haiti. So what the whole of Europe couldn't do, this dude did. He had some help with Toussaint, but after they killed Toussaint and he was still there running the show, man, he made sure the movement kept going. And yeah, man, as a lot of you know, one of my favorite quotes, the quote that I think typifies the VtK system, you must become like your natural enemy, cruel and merciless, comes directly from Jean-Jacques Dessalines. So the Dessalinian Protocol is the name of the book. It should be out the end of this year, beginning of the next. I'm excited about that. I hope you all are too, man. And I'm really looking forward to see what you all think about the book project that we're working on, that I've been working on in conjunction, me, G, and Dr. Rich Meager is, or Miger. I never really knew how to pronounce Rich's last name. Forgive me, Rich. Don't beat me up, right? Is a VtK manual, man. Yeah, that's right. We're putting out a VtK manual, right? It will cover the first tier, which is VtK works backwards. So we go from tier 3 up to tier 1. And it will cover stuff in the first tier of the VtK system, right? So tier 3 will be covered in there. A little bit of stuff from the other 2 tiers, but it'll be primarily a tier 3 manual, right? So I know that there are people out there who expressed an interest in learning VtK, may not have the time to do it online, or, if they do have the time, our times necessarily don't sync up. So this would be an opportunity for individuals interested in training in the system to get the manual and start their training like that. And well, there's something else coming too, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. So manual first, right? So G, Rich Meeg, and myself have worked on this manual. We're putting the finishing touches on that, and that also should be out either the end of another project, The Block. Right? The Block will be the official 52 VtK organization, right? Specifically 52 VtK, right? Now I had some help in putting this together from my good brother over at Libre Fighting Guild, Scott Babb. Shout out to Scott. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate you, man. The Block will be structured kind of like the guild, but really not, right? There are going to be some similarities. Like I said, Scott helped me out. The Block, like the system in and of itself, will have a tiered agenda, right? There will be different modes of becoming a member of the Block. The Block will be the organization through which classes are scheduled. You can find classes. There will be affiliations, and where you would be able to know if the person you're training with is officially ranked and certified to teach under 52 VtK, right? So that way there's no nonsense, no nothing, right? We want to keep quality control. Brother made a good point. My brother Light Burley, he made a kind of a distinction talking about how 52 was in the street. So I've come to make the distinction between 52 for warfare, and 52 for fighting, right? So 52 for fighting is what was out in the street. 52 for warfare was what was in the system, right? The street variety, is what it is, and I'm not overly familiar with that, right? But 52 for warfare, that's all I know, right? I lived and breathed that for a very long time. So 52 VtK is that. 52 VtK is the evolution of 52 for warfare, right? And the Block will be the official governing body of 52 VtK. So for warfare, 52 blocks, right? If you're really concerned with knowing how to deal with an individual with a knife, knowing how to protect yourself on the way home, knowing how to understand the mind of the predator and all that things like that there, the Block is what you want to sign up for. So we're looking to launch the Block at the beginning of next year, right? So keep an eye out for that because I'm super excited about that. I've been wanting to do something like this for a very long time now. I just didn't know how to go about it. Like I said, my brother Scott helped me out a lot with this venture, man. So I really, really appreciate that, brother, man. And if you aren't a member of the guild, Libre Guild, I would strongly recommend doing that because if you're not familiar with that brother's work, you need to get familiar with it because he's a beast, right? All right, so as many of you may be aware, I've been posting videos or clips of my workouts recently, and one of the things featured in those workouts is the steel mace, right? I've been kind of focusing on the steel mace, the kettlebells, and the clubs because I want to develop functional strength, right? Functional strength has always been a big thing for me, right? I don't really care about the aesthetic. I want to hit hard, move fast, and be quick. That's really it. That's my whole thing right there. Mobile, agile, hostile. As they say in football. So the good brother, Mr. Mace himself, aka Rick Brown, reached out to me a couple weeks back to critique my form on my use of the mace. And I've seen improvements like you wouldn't believe, man. The way that it hits the muscle just under his coaching, crazy, right? So he put me on to his steel mace routine that he has online. And I got it. I've been using it. That thing is phenomenal. And the brother is not paying me for this. I don't even know that the brother knows that I'm saying this right now, right? I'm telling you because I really believe in this. If you are a combat sports enthusiast or combative arts practitioner, you'd be cheating yourself if you didn't get a copy of this brother's steel mace routine that he has up on online on I think it's on learnmartialarts.com, right? He can give you the specifics. His name on Instagram is Mr. Mace, Rick Brown, RIK Brown. And you can find him on Instagram. Again, man, he'll give you a direct link to that. It's an inexpensive curriculum, but yo, what you get for it, the benefit is 20 times worth what you pay for it. Right? I'm saying that, and I'm just starting it. I've done it for about a week. And yeah, already I can feel the difference, right? So definitely, if you are a combat sports enthusiast or combative arts practitioner, you want to look into that. So check that. And while we're talking about Mr. Mace, he and I have had some discussions, as I've mentioned, and we've come up with a couple of ideas. And I think that you all will find the end result of these ideas beneficial, right? So look out for some collabs from me and the brother sometime in the future because yeah, I can see us doing some work together. I'm looking forward to the opportunity and I'm always open to learn it. So he has something to teach. I'm definitely looking to learn it. So, and that's going to affect 52, my lineage of 52 in a big way, right? So, got to be, like I said, mobile, agile, hostile, right? Got to have that power. So definitely look forward for a collab between the two of us in the three. G, myself, and my brother Ace Johnson from Delta 2 Alpha have a gift for all of you. That gift is called From the Fruit to the Root. And it is essentially the history of 52 blocks in general and 52 VtK specifically, how it was given to me. So it's going to give you the history, how I got it from Minister and Powerful and Z Black and all those other brothers. And it will show you their influence on 52 VtK, what they had to say about the origins of 52 blocks and who they learned it from and so on and such like that. And hopefully clear up some of the things that are out there right now. There's a lot being said. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, right? And but when there's no information to be had or scarce information to be had, anybody can say anything, right? And again, that's not a shot at anybody, right? It is what it is. So I want to put the information out there for you all, right? And you draw your own conclusions. And that's going to be available as a free digital download on 52vtk.com, right? So it's no charge to you at all. From the fruit to the root, it's not up yet. We're hoping to have it up by next week, the end of next week at the latest, man. And again, it's there for free for you all to be able to make an informed decision about the history of the system, right? Once that's out there, I'm pretty much done with that topic. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, man. When it drops, I'm definitely gonna make everybody aware of it. I want you all to go get it, man. I want you all to be informed. I want you able to make your own conclusions about where this thing comes from, right? I try to be a stand-up dude, a straight-up guy. I stand on what I say, and I say what I stand on, right? And I stand on the fact that 52 comes from where I say it comes from, right? And once you read this, you'll either agree with that, disagree with that. It's not my job to change your mind. It's just my job to get you the information so that you can make up your own mind for yourself. It's everything going on in the VtK-verse right now. Are there a couple other odds and ends that I didn't mention? But you'll see the results of those soon as well. Remember the podcast coming, man. If you have any questions that you might want answered on the podcast, you can send them in advance because at the moment we're not sure if we're going to do the podcast live or we're going to do it pre-recorded. So if we do it pre-recorded, you won't be able to ask questions during the filming of the podcast, right? Again, we haven't settled on that one just yet. I'll keep you guys updated with that. But that's all I got for now. Like, comment, share. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you on the other side. Harambe.